If you're a new business owner and you are busy all day, right? You gathering the things, you're writing the ideas, but you are not moving the needle. You feel like you are behind. You probably are. But we're going to talk about the four top things that allow you to move the needle in making progress and making some income. I'm Angie, your favorite journaling mentor, and today we're talking about the four things that will move the needle for you and not just make you feel like you're busy all day long, but actually help you move the needle into making money and not just looking like you're doing busy work all day. The first problem is your phone wakes up before you do. Like, let's keep it real. The phone is going off, your Facebook notifications, your TikTok, your emails. Like, shoot, your cousin texts you and say, "Hey, I need you," da 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 da, right? They send you the messages and you feel the need to respond. You just woke up. Why are you responding to everybody else's thoughts and not your own? They're invading your privacy the moment you pick up the phone. So, how you solve that problem is don't pick up the phone. That's the first solution. Don't pick up the phone. Don't look at it. Don't check your emails. Get the crust out your eyes. I'm keeping it real. I need you to wash your face and brush your teeth, stretch. Depending on how old you are, you got to stretch them bones out, right? But I want you to be very aware and be very grounded before you let other people's thoughts invade yours. Your thoughts were running through your head all night long, right? And you wake up and they're cognitive, you're aware. Don't let somebody else's thoughts come in and invade. You probably had a dream. Write the dream out. Like literally take the time, pray, whatever it is that you're doing, I'm gonna always pray. I'm gonna always journal. I'm always get my thoughts out first. But I am recommending you to get your thoughts together before you let someone else invade your thoughts first thing in the morning. That's why your day feels busy from the get go, is because everybody else's thoughts in there, not yours. Number two, you immediately go into solving everybody else's problems, right? You probably, if you like me, and I've been there, done that, right? You're just starting a business and you think everything's a problem. Like, I don't have enough money, or I have too much money, or I don't qualify for, or I don't know where to start. I looked at a YouTube video and they told me that I could start a business while I'm still working. Like, right? You just took the advice. But what happens is you consume problems that are either and yours or somebody else's, and you consume them from the top of your day. This is a trickle down effect. And you probably consume them throughout the day. If you're the individual, as soon as the phone rings, you answer it, you run to it, you don't let it go to voicemail, you don't recheck when you're in the zone and you need to let the phone ring, you have to say no. You have to say no to those problems, yours and theirs. What I'm going to tell you might seem a little invasive or too direct or flat out mean, but don't consume anybody else's problems. You got enough of your own. I don't care. I don't care whose it is. It could probably be your child's problem that they can't find a toothbrush. You need to make sure, and I'm not saying, just dump everybody else's issues, but what I am saying is you are a business owner and you feel like you're not getting anything done. Let's come back to where we started at. You feel like you're so busy, but the needle isn't moving. So, because of that, you need to make sure that the things that you are solving, you're implementing, you're putting in place are problems that will solve your client's problems, not somebody else's, not your cousins, not the pastors, whatever it is, right? But you are strategically building a product, a business, an entity that solves the client's problems, the person that will pay you, not the person that's going to drain you. So I know that was a little harsh. It was a little long, but I want you to be so certain about this. is to now go into your day, your next day, your week of solving somebody else's problems. You can spend time with that on Sunday. You can do Sunday calls or, checking in with everybody, but make sure that you are intentionally building your foundation to solve your clients' problems and not non-paying customers' problems. I know that was harsh, but I promise you, you will thank me later. Number 3, this is what you would consider not being on task, right? You set a goal. You actually started a business and you have a goal to receive income, and you're doing things that don't move the needle. And we would consider this the epitome, like the real deal of busy work. Is you're making a post, it has no landing. When I say landing, the post should be to strike emotional, urge someone to take action, request a DM. Like, your post should be intentional. You're a business owner. Think about the government. The government intentionally does things, right? They have tax time, for example, right? This is their job, right? The government says, hey, you made all this money this year. We want our cut. So they're a business. You're born, you make money, you paid them for all the luxuries we have. And so they don't play about their business. So when they cut the check at the end of the year, they done told you whether you work for him, your boss, or yourself, I want to cut. You should be the same way. You should run your life like a business. And the business of doing business is I don't put things out. I don't market. I don't talk to people without having a goal. It could be building a relationship. It could be getting more leads. It could be testing, surveying people, right? But when you're making a post and you're responding, don't just be ha ha, LOL, emoji, right? That's not leading someone somewhere. You need to have a goal every time you post and engage. I think society has us in its entertainment era, but you have to play the game like you want to win. And being busy, I've been responding to people all day. That's not leading to no money. That's not leading to security of your future income. That's not leading to the sanctity of knowing that I've made more than enough money to sustain my household and be comfortable and to leave a legacy, to leave insurance policies. Like, that should be the goal, right? You're in business to serve people. Even if you're running a nonprofit, you still got to make money. You can't give the people that need the stuff nothing if you don't have a goal to get the money from the other people, right? It is goal intentions. So don't be just, I'm busy because I'm responding. No, put the post out with intentions, make it make sense, and have a follow through. That's it. Make it simple, make it plain, but be intentional about how you're spending your time online. Number 4, everything is an emergency. Rewind. Let me say it again for you. Everything is not an emergency. And if you watched any of my videos before, I've talked about sorting things out and understanding delegation, what's yours, what's theirs, what shouldn't be on the plate at all. And oftentimes we leave these gaps. We leave these gaps of, you turned it into an emergency because it had to be done right now, or somebody else did. There's only two things that can happen. Somebody else made an emergency or you did. And what happens is it negates the goal. You get distracted, you get detoured, and it's been 3 months since you have made any income that puts you in the black. Everything is still in the red, right? You're dishing out money, you're dishing out time, you're doing all the things because you are putting out these little fires, what we call an emergency, and they not even yours. They shouldn't be yours. And if the house was burning down, you need to call the fire department. Don't call me. You're not the fire unless you're a firefighter. Now, if you are a firefighter, yes, they need to call you. But what happens is we let the things become urgent and it distracts us from the goal. It distracts us from our daily tasks, the needle moving activities, because they weren't ours in the first place. So, how do we solve that problem? You run it through a lens. And the lens is this something that can be handled in 24 hours? It has to be done in the next 6 hours, or we have to completely stop what we're doing because we just got in an accident. That's how you weigh it, right? Let's keep it real. You weigh it depending on, can this problem, this thing, this phone call, this email, can this be solved within the next 24 hours? Because if it can, it's not an emergency. Is this, my kid needs to be picked up in the next 6 hours? If I can't pick them up, I can delegate somebody else to do it. Or a real urgent problem. I just got in an accident. Everything stops right now. So once you do that, you can determine if something can be done now or later, which then takes the anxiety of the urgency away and gives you a clearer plan and a clearer thought to actually continue to do the needle moving activities for the day. These are daily things. Problems are going to come up. Somebody is going to pass. Life will happen, but you have to be determined as a business owner that has decided to take life into their own hands. What will you do to make sure that not only you survive, but you thrive? So I know we talked a lot about all the things that you should do and what you shouldn't do. I want to remind you, as a new business owner, that looking busy all day will not bring you the income that you so desire. Your goals won't be met, and you'll be in the same space, if not in a worse space, this time next year. Don't answer that phone. That's going to be my one reminder. Don't answer that phone as soon as you wake up. But with all of that being said, make sure that you like, subscribe, all that pretty stuff. But if you don't want to do this alone, please come join us in Like a CEO. The link is in the bio. And I promise you, we'll love on you just as much as you're doing your journey.